In our world today, one of the most disturbing issues is human trafficking, with a particular emphasis on the trafficking of children. The initial and crucial step toward combating this crime is to raise awareness. As the drama unfolds, fans are witnessing the emergence of a new saga in the Hollywood exposé genre. This time, the narrative takes an intriguing turn with Denzel and Mel pitted against Hollywood elites. Here's a comprehensive overview of everything you need to know. Denzel Washington and Mel Gibson have recently joined forces to uncover hidden facets of the entertainment industry, sparking significant attention in the process. In a recent interview, Denzel Washington delved into the transformations occurring in Hollywood, exposing the industry's shift away from the polished image it typically presents. He likened Hollywood to a complex puzzle with concealed pieces, igniting intense discussions. The initial conversation initiated by Denzel Washington has gained momentum with Mel Gibson's involvement. These two influential actors are collaborating to delve into the inner workings of the entertainment industry. According to their recent assertions, their objective is to unravel the truth behind various allegations, encompassing actors accused of child exploitation and others associated with the Illuminati. Amidst these revelations, the compelling narrative of a former Homeland Security agent battling the dark world of human trafficking unfolds in the film Sound of Freedom. The movie has quietly become a phenomenon, generating an impressive 166 million hours since its premiere on July 4th. Notably, on the weekend of July 20th to 23rd, it even surpassed the box office performance of a highly anticipated film. Here is what we know about the movie. Sound of Freedom is based on the true story of Tim Ballard, a former Department of Homeland Security special agent dedicated to combating child sex trafficking. Ballard founded Operation Underground Railroad, a private initiative backed by Glenn Beck. The film stars Jim Caviezel, recognized for his role in The Passion of the Christ and known for faith-based projects. Caviezel portrays Ballard with a trim dark beard and coppery blonde hair, embodying a blend of G.I. Joe, George C. Scott in Hardcore, and an avenging Jesus. The movie carries a Christian undercurrent, occasionally veering into an overt expression, particularly when Ballard emphasizes his commitment to combating trafficking because God's children are not for sale. Sound of Freedom has received significant promotion in right-wing media, such as Ben Shapiro's Daily Wire. Beyond its focus on the heinous crime of child trafficking, the film's alignment with alt-right paranoia, initially fueled by 4chan and QAnon, is a notable subtext. These conspiracy theories involve baseless claims about a pedophile ring tied to a Washington, D.C. pizza parlor and a broader notion that liberalism conceals a pedophilic cabal. While acknowledging the absurdity of these conspiracy theories, the film's narrative still resonates as a compelling exploration of a critical criminal issue largely avoided by Hollywood. Completed in 2018, the movie faced shelving by Disney after acquiring 20th Century Fox, its original studio. Subsequently, it was repurchased and is now independently distributed, with a release scheduled for July 4th. We've all seen our fair share of movies and TV shows about drug trafficking, perhaps too many. On the flip side, child sex trafficking isn't the kind of subject that makes for easy entertainment. However, Sound of Freedom sheds light on the disturbing fact that it's the fastest-growing international criminal network in history. A closing title drives home the gravity. There are now more people enslaved by sex trafficking than during the time when slavery was legal. The film confronts us with the unspeakable and unimaginable nightmares lived by these captured children. Realities far more crucial than the narratives of the cocaine or opioids industry. The mission of a film like Sound of Freedom is to act as a warning, using the narrative power of a dramatic feature to illuminate aspects that journalism often can't reach. It invites us into the forbidden zone, stirring our primal emotions of empathetic terror. However, it's not an artistic masterpiece like Lucas Moodysson's Lilia Forever, 2002, the exceptional but unfortunately overlooked movie about sex trafficking. Sound of Freedom operates within the genre of thriller, delivering an urgent and truthful narrative. Caviezel's performance, reminiscent of a more sensitive Clint Eastwood, skillfully navigates the subtleties of rage, despair, and the life-sized drama of going undercover. In a particularly heart-wrenching sequence, Roberto José Zuniga, a single father in Honduras, makes a fateful decision. He allows his 11-year-old daughter, Rocio, Cristal Aparicio, and her 7-year-old brother to audition for a music competition overseen by the seemingly trustworthy Katie Giselli, Jessica Boroto Perryman, a professionally poised and glamorous figure. Following instructions, he drops the kids off at an apartment with a dozen other child contestants, planning to return hours later. However, when he returns, the place is dark and abandoned. Deceived, he realizes that those kids are about to face unimaginable horrors. Special Agent Ballard, in the midst of apprehending yet another internet consumer of child pornography, grapples with the haunting aspect of his work. Over 12 years, he has successfully captured around 280 pedophiles, but the weight on his conscience doesn't solely stem from the heinous nature of these crimes or the distressing videos he has to confront. What troubles him deeply is that, despite catching the wrongdoers, the children involved often remain unrecovered. To gain the trust of his latest target, Ballard employs a deceptive tactic, suggesting his own complicity in pedophilia. This strategy unveils a crucial link in the trafficking chain, leading to a mission to apprehend the trafficker. In a daring operation at the Mexican border, he succeeds in rescuing the young boy from the harrowing situation witnessed in the film's opening scene. However, the fate of the boy's sister remains uncertain, trapped in the ongoing nightmare. This unresolved rescue eats away at Ballard, evolving into a personal mission and obsession. Despite having a family of his own, with 6 kids and the support of his wife, Catherine, Mira Sorvino, Ballard perceives Rocio, in the film's Christian perspective, as an extension of their family. The narrative emphasizes the belief that all children are considered God's children, making them a collective responsibility for everyone. However, this faith-based piety overlaying an unnecessary situation becomes apparent. Ballard, against the odds and without support from the Homeland Security apparatus, resolves to target the traffickers himself. His boss grants him only 1 week and $10,000 for this nearly impossible mission. The film truly comes alive as an undercover thriller when Ballard ventures down to Colombia. The narrative gains momentum with the introduction of Vampiro, portrayed by the talented Bill Camp. Vampiro, a former money launderer for cartels, exudes the essence of a skeevy expatriate, a character Hemingway might have envisioned in the 1970s. Despite attempting to atone for his past sins, Vampiro remains entangled in a world of sleaze and unsavory connections. Ballard joins forces with him, concocting a plan to create a fake members-only club for affluent pedophiles as a trap for local traffickers, including Katie Giselle, a former beauty queen. This plot twist transforms the movie into a gritty episode reminiscent of Miami Vice. Ballard's journey takes an Apocalypse Now turn as he ventures into the jungles of the Nariño province, a rebel stronghold where Rocio is held captive by Scorpio, the chief rebel. Posing as UN doctors, Ballard and Vampiro infiltrate the rebel camp, which doubles as a cocaine factory farm. Director Alejandro Monteverde skillfully stages this sequence without exaggerating the danger, avoiding the cliches of glorified action or thriller movies. The eventual deliverance feels earned, providing a glimpse into the heart of darkness in a conventional yet poignant manner. The film offers a portrayal of our world that transcends mere action movie gestures, making the desire to take action seem profound. Jim Caviezel's involvement in Sound of Freedom draws parallels with his previous project, The Passion of the Christ. Despite controversies surrounding his strong Catholic beliefs, The Passion of the Christ achieved commercial success, contributing to Jim Caviezel's enduring career. Sound of Freedom has sparked widespread praise and heated debates, underscoring its impact on audiences and the film industry. Efforts by certain Hollywood figures to impede the progress of Sound of Freedom encountered unexpected resistance from Denzel Washington. He took a resolute stance against Hollywood's attempts to suppress the film, criticizing self-proclaimed elites who advocate certain ideals while indulging in lavish lifestyles. Denzel also voiced opposition to the unjust promotion of identity politics during award events. Despite facing challenges during its production, Sound of Freedom ultimately garnered robust support from industry heavyweights such as Mel Gibson and Jim Carrey. Denzel Washington, among others, not only endorsed the film's narrative but actively encouraged people to watch it. The film's message underscores that shamelessness is not a superpower, but rather the mark of a villain, and that kidnapping children is not the behavior of great nations. Surprisingly, not widely known is that the storyboarding for Sound of Freedom kicked off in 2015, and production didn't kick into gear until 2018. This detail offers a glimpse into the dedication and time invested in bringing the film to life. Looking ahead, when Disney acquired Fox, ownership of the Sound of Freedom project naturally shifted. This transition has sparked speculation and raised questions about whether everything associated with the film is merely a smokescreen for something more ominous. There have been allegations that Disney collaborated with satanic elitists on the project, but such claims lack concrete evidence. It's worth noting that despite any controversy surrounding Sound of Freedom, Denzel Washington is poised to reprise his role as the enigmatic Robert McCall in The Equalizer 3. McCall is depicted as an outlaw who champions the rights of the weak and powerless. The character's unwavering commitment to justice and his battle against systemic injustice are central themes in the narrative. In addition to Denzel Washington's return in The Equalizer 3, there's a commitment to a renewed pursuit of equality in this third installment. The film's title implies a central theme focused on equality, aligning with the core messages of Sound of Freedom. This dramatic narrative, rooted in true events, sheds light on the harrowing issue of human trafficking, with steadfast support from Mel Gibson. On a broader spectrum, both Sound of Freedom and The Equalizer 3 illuminate the ongoing battle against injustice and the unwavering dedication of those determined to unveil the persistent darkness in the world. Denzel Washington's iconic presence and the essence of Sound of Freedom seem to harmonize seamlessly, underscoring the significance of justice and equality. Sound of Freedom endeavors to educate society about the atrocities of human trafficking, promoting collective action and compassion. A reflection of Denzel Washington's character McCall's endeavors in the Equalizer series. Despite apparent differences, both narratives intertwine through their focus on safeguarding the vulnerable and confronting oppressors. Mel Gibson, notably, actively champions Sound of Freedom across various social media platforms, emphasizing the grave issue of child trafficking, especially prevalent in Hollywood. Human trafficking, particularly the exploitation of children, stands out as one of the most disturbing challenges in our contemporary world, as underscored by Gibson. According to Mel Gibson, education stands as the initial step in eradicating criminal activities tied to human trafficking. Mel Gibson's dedication to the cause persists post the release of Sound of Freedom, leading him to embark on an ambitious new venture. Recent reports indicate his involvement in a 4-part documentary series delving into the intricate landscape of child sex trafficking globally, with a focus on nations like Ukraine. Voices like Matt Wallace on social media resonated with the consensus that revealing the truth is imperative. Furthermore, Operation Underground Railroad's founder, Tim Ballard, has hinted at Gibson's potential appearance in the forthcoming documentary series. The collaborative effort between Washington and Gibson not only challenges the status quo in Hollywood, but also prompts a broader reflection on the role of entertainment. Their partnership serves as a testament to the transformative capacity of art, showcasing that entertainment can extend beyond mere distraction and delve into the complexities of reality. The collective endeavors of Gibson and Denzel Washington to expose the darker facets of Hollywood exemplify the influential impact of art. It stands as a poignant reminder that beyond the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, there are untold stories, hidden truths, and an ongoing battle awaiting acknowledgement just around the corner. Controversy takes over. The controversy surrounding Sound of Freedom centers on the public support of QAnon by both Caviezel and Ballard. Caviezel, renowned for his portrayal of Jesus in Mel Gibson's The Passion of the Christ, has used speeches and interviews to advocate for the unfounded QAnon conspiracy theory. This theory alleges the existence of a secretive global cabal comprising prominent Democratic politicians and liberal elites engaging in activities like child kidnapping, sex trafficking, and extracting adrenochrome from their blood for purported youth elixirs. The conspiracy, rooted in anti-Semitism, has been debunked by various media outlets and scientific communities. Concurrently, Ballard faces his own controversy by aligning with QAnon-associated claims and drawing attention to his role as an anti-trafficking activist. The release of Sound of Freedom prompted Vice to conduct an investigative report, delving into Ballard's history of self-mythologizing and embellishing his accomplishments. The organization linked to Ballard, OUR, has also faced criticism for making exaggerated claims about its paramilitary missions and its role in rescuing trafficked children. Vice's report highlighted concerns raised by volunteers about OUR's activities potentially creating demand for trafficking victims during undercover missions in foreign countries. Some of these missions allegedly involved walking around bars and sex clubs, asking for underage girls. Later that month, Vice reported that Ballard had quietly separated from OUR before the debut of Sound of Freedom. The circumstances surrounding Ballard's departure were unclear. Tim Ballard has stepped away from Operation Underground Railroad prior to the launch of the film, Sound of Freedom, OUR said in a statement provided to Team. The operation's tactics and methodologies depicted in Sound of Freedom occurred in the early days of our organization nearly 9 years ago, and since then have evolved dramatically. The film represents just a small fraction of the operations, training, and aftercare support that we provide in the U.S. and around the world today. Critics, including anti-trafficking experts, have raised concerns about Sound of Freedom, citing its portrayal of child trafficking as misleading and its endorsement of rescue tactics that could potentially endanger actual victims. What's next for Sound of Freedom? Following its success in the U.S., Sound of Freedom is set to be released overseas in 21 different markets, including the UK, Australia, Spain, South Africa, and several countries in Latin America. Angel Studios believes the film will surpass the $200 million mark in North America as it embarks on a robust international launch. Currently, Sound of Freedom ranks as the 10th highest-grossing film of the year in the U.S., surpassing blockbusters like Dial of Destiny, Dead Reckoning Part 1, Transformers, Rise of the Beasts, Creed 3, and Fast X. According to Gise, Angel Studios sees increasing demand for the film worldwide, reflecting the global issue of child trafficking. They aim to capitalize on the momentum gained in the U.S. and share the powerful message of the film on a global scale. Angel Studios is also reportedly exploring options for the first exclusive streaming rights for Sound of Freedom, with both subscription services and ad-supported streamers. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and click the notification bell so you stay updated on our future videos. See you in the next one.